Hi, I'm just going to do a short tutorial on that referencing that we were talking about yesterday. Here's just a small document, a small piece out of one of the other documents I was working on. And I just have a reference here in the middle of it, just literally typed in. So it's not put in properly. But I'm just going to go up to do an actual proper reference up here. So if I come up here along the top line and go over to references, and we're going to select here the type we're going to use is the Harvard Anglia, and then we're going to go insert citation. Now, but just before that, what I am going to do is I'm just going to bring up the document I want to reference. So I'm just going to reduce size this, catch this guy, and drag him over here against the side. And I actually have the second document, the document that I'm actually going to reference from the PDF here. The reference information is here on the bottom. Okay, so if I go back in here and onto my Word document, I'm going to insert a citation. So add a new source. In this case, it's a journal. So we'll drop down here. We'll go to a journal article, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all of this down as far as here. So I'm just going to select that, and I'm going to use. I just tried the right click. If I right click, if I right click, the mouse is actually going to work here. So I can copy, but if you notice over here, it just says the shortcut for copy is actually Control and C. So hit the Control button and Control and C together, and then if I come over here anywhere at all, and I'm just going to paste, so I can right click again and paste, or the shortcut for that is Control and V. So I'll just use this for a minute. So we'll just go back to the start. I'm sorry, I didn't copy that now. Go back here, select it again, Control copy, Control V. For some reason again didn't collect all of it, but we have enough of it to work with. So there's the authors. So again, just going to Control X to cut that out, and Control V to paste it up there. The title is actually all of this. So here's here. Control copy that. The journal name is the Electronic Journal of Business Research Methods. This one here, so we'll copy that, paste it in there. The year is here is 2011. The next thing is the page numbers are 152 to 158, so 152 to 158. Volume, again, if we just go back over here, it says volume 9. Issue 2. And now if I hit OK, now it's actually, after referencing that, when I come over it here, it's just highlighting it. So it's after putting all that information, just after reducing all that information down to Shepherd, 2011 in brackets, so I can delete this guy here. And now if I, just what I'm going to do now is I'll jump back to another document where I have actually far more citations put into it, which is this one here. And if you notice, I have citations in all the way down along here. And if I go all the way to the bottom of my document, down here, I want to put in my bibliography. So if I go back up again to the top, just make this one page. So we go back up to the top and we go to our referencing again. And this time now, you can see here are all the different citations I've, or references that I've added in. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add in the bibliography. So literally under this tab here, we're just going to click on bibliography, and it's after inserting the bibliography at the end of the document. Now, if you notice, I'll just zoom out for 1 second. The the bibliography is not on the last page, so if I wanted to move that onto the next page, the simplest thing to do is if I just go up here to home, insert, and insert a page break, what that'll do is it'll move all that documentation onto the next page. And even if you went back here and started sorry, I'm deleting the page break now. If I come back here, I could type away inside this document or return, and it won't move that down any further until the time as I get to the end of that page. The other thing then, what we just might want to do is to put in our index at the start of it, of the document. So if we go back here, I have this as a heading 1, so I've selected, so I'm back on the home now again, and up here in the styles along the top, I have this as a heading 1. If I go down and I click on this, I have this as a heading 1. All this is just normal text, so normal text. Page 2 is over here, and then going along, I have context starting here. Again, that should be on the next page, but that's just normal text. So again, I might want to, that's probably a subheading under the APM, so that might be, rather than heading 1, that would actually be a heading 2. So if I just select that line and I just click here and call that a heading 2, so now context is a heading 2. Then back into body text, people, again that should be a heading 2. But another simple way of actually doing that is if I select here, I can use this paintbrush here. So I want to copy this context. I want everything, all the other headings to look the same. So if I go up here and I click on the paint, if I click on it once, I can come down here and I'm going to paint it onto people. So I'm just coming to the side margin until the arrow is pointing in along that line and click. Now it's actually converted that to, notice, to a heading 2. Okay, down here, this one is the same. Now if I had a few of those that I wanted to do, a few different headings, but instead of clicking on this format painter up here once, I can actually double click on it, and it tells you there, look, if you hover over it, it tells you in the box underneath it. So double click this button, you see the second paragraph, to apply the same formatting to multiple places in the document. So if I'm going to double click that now it's selected this heading 2 format, and I can just click there, come up here, I want to put it onto interfaces, CIOB, I don't want it on because I want that to be a heading 1. Bibliography will be a subheading underneath that. So if I'm just going to cancel that now again, I can either click on it here or I could hit escape. But I want to change this to a heading 1. And then again, I'm going to do the rest of those. So I'm going to double click here while I'm on the heading 2, which is subheading under this, pre-construction, down along, testing and commissioning, completion, post, completion, handover, and then our bibliography at the bottom. So after doing that, what we can do is, again, just click on him to cancel it. We want to put in our index. So I think it's under referencing again, and again we're going to just add a table of contents. And you can see our different types of table of contents that we want. Just select whichever one looks the best for you. And if I just click on that, that's actually going to create, from all those headings that we've created, a table of contents here, and it's going to tell me what page all those table of contents are on. So if we just look here, we'll say APM book, figure 1 is actually a subheading there, so that must be a heading 3. If I go down and have a look at it from in, this is figure 1. I'll go back to my referencing. Yeah, that's a heading 3. So that's a subheading of these. Just suppose I change one. Let's say we go down here and I have people in here as a heading, and I wanted to remove that. If I go down to people here and I just convert that back to normal text, okay, and this hasn't updated. Okay, so it's still here, but if I go update table and it's given me an option here whether I want to update the page numbers only or I want to update the entire table. So I'm going to click on update the entire table, and if you watch, so we've context, people, delivery, and if I update the entire table, now we just have context and delivery. Okay, so it's gone from below. If I change that, let's say I wanted that as subheading here, so I change that to a heading 3, for example, and now I come back up here and I update my table. Again, I'm going to update the entire table, and now context, and see we have a subheading people underneath it, and all the page numbers then follow on through. But let's say we decided to change the CIOB to start on a new page now, and I go again, I'm just going to go insert a page break just to move that onto a new page. Now all of my headings have moved, so this CIOB and inception and everything are no longer on page 4. Now they're gone on to page 5. Okay, but if we come up here, our CIOB is still on page 4, and inception, feasibility and everything is still on page 5. But if I just update that table, and again I can update the page numbers only in this situation, or I could update the entire table, it wouldn't matter, but we'll just say update page numbers only, and watch CIOB and the other subheadings, all the ones beyond it. So that's at 4 now, and now it's automatically changed to 5. Okay, so I hope that's of some help to some of you, and I'll stop there.